So we've made some really good progress on the tabbing. So we've done the ends of these spars now on both sides. We have missed one actually, so I'll come back to that in a minute. We've also got this glassed in as well, this bulkhead here, and we've also got this bulkhead here glassed in as well, so that worked out really nice. So a couple of bits that we need to sort. So we missed the back side of this spar. So easy to do when you've got the fans on and your earplugs in and breathing apparatus on, and you've just got a certain amount of working time with the polyester. You're kind of rushing a little bit. Yeah, I just missed that one. So that needs sorting. And then also we've got to just trim this a little bit as well, because this is, to be honest with you, a little bit of a mess. So we'll just come in here with the multi-tool, trim this back, put a bit of thickened in the end here, and we can just neaten that up and make that look a lot tidier. But overall, you know, it's stiffened the top deck up 100% really now. Just doesn't flex at all, hardly. We've been hanging on this morning and it's absolutely solid. It's built like a tank. So yeah, we're happy with the way that has turned out. So we'll get these last few little bits just sorted. So yeah, that bit there, tidy this bulkhead up, and then what we'll also do is trim off all the other pokey bits as well. So lots of pokey bits on the bottom of these, get all that sanded off, trimmed off, nice and smooth, and then we've got the pieces of timber all ready to go back on, so painted on the black on the underside, and then we'll also, hopefully the plan of today is to also try and get this painted black as well. So let's see how we get on. Well, that's looking a lot better now. So we've got both side rails in, and we've also got the intermediate pieces in as well, which we'd already painted and fitted the fast mounts to. Just bonded these into place, and screwed them with stainless steel screws. So this is now absolutely solid. Little bit of squeeze out here, so we'll just need to trim that off, and we can paint that all in, and that will look really nice, I think. We've also just trimmed up the end of this bulkhead here. It was a bit of a mess, so trimmed it with the multi-tool, and then we've just used some thickened polyester resin there, and that looks a lot tidier now. And same deal round here as well. So this was a little bit rough where we couldn't get in with the paddle roller because we'd put this spar in too early, so just knock that back with the sandpaper. A little bit of chop strand mat in there and resin, and that looks a lot tidier now. Thickened epoxy on the end here to hold it to the bulkhead, so that should be nice and solid. So what we need to do now is just get these little bits trimmed up. We'll give this a quick sand down here, and then we can get this all painted. Just don't let it drop on your head. So we've given this all a coat of black, and that looks really nice now, just finishes that off nicely. And then Richard has just drilled the holes in the bulkhead here. We've also sanded just the edge of the glassing here, just to that actually crept down slightly on with the resin. So we've just sanded that back, and now Richard's just going to grab some screws and we'll fix this piece in here, get that screwed in, dry fit first, and then we'll epoxy it into place. Already had a bit of a dry fit on it. Okay guys, so the ceiling frame is now pretty much done. So we've installed this piece across the bulkhead, and we've just put a nice bead of thickened epoxy in there. And then also around this corner, you can see here there's another bead of thickened epoxy with a small slither of timber in there because we had a small gap. So we've just made that up with that timber and epoxied that in, and that is now looking nice. We've also epoxied across here as well. Again, nice little bead of thickened epoxy across there. We've used the slow epoxy hardener, so it will take the rest of the day to set up, but overall now this ceiling frame is just about there. We've got just one piece to go in here, and then this forward cabin frame will be complete. Okay, so while we wait for that to set up, we can move on into the saloon. We have our frames for the ceiling just lying here on the floor, all painted black, coated with resin on the back, fast mounts already installed, and we need to just offer those into place in the ceiling just to make sure they still fit now that we've coated them. And then we can mix up some thickened epoxy, and we can also permanently fix these into place. Now as well, as we're done with those, we haven't fixed this one yet because there's still a little bit of work to do on this bulkhead, but we can come back to that later once we've got all this bulkhead buttoned up. And now what we're going to do is move over to the galley. So basically, in order to get this all fixed now, we need to finish off the glassing on this main bulkhead down here. So we've already sanded this ready, did it some time ago. So basically we just need to lap over onto the bulkhead here, and we need to do that all the way down, remove this piece here and do that all the way down to the floor and all the way up to the top there, and then that means then that these can all be permanently fixed. We will need to take these out first, so we'll just quickly buzz these out, get that glass in, and then we'll be able to put those back. So we'll just be using probably a couple of layers of the chop strand that we've already got cut here into fixed widths, and then we've also got the biax with the so that's biax with chop strand mat on the back, so it's a 450 and an 850. It's really thick, really soaks up the resin, that stuff, but super strong. So probably going with 2 layers of that because it is the main bulkhead. Okay guys, so it's a few days later and all this bit is now all set up and that is all looking really, really nice. However, caught out by resin again. We had a few kilos of resin left. We thought, wow, that's enough just to get this little bit done here, but the biaxial cloth is soaking it up like mad. So we've ordered another 10 kilos of resin. I've just sanded just here where we're going to be overlapping onto, put a little bit of foam strip in here in this gap. I'm giving it all a good wipe with acetone, so we are now all good to go. So I'm going to get this all finished off. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.